Benchmarks are lying to your face, and you keep thanking them. Last week, Anthropic dropped Claude 4 with a 97% score on SWE-bench Verified. 2 weeks before that, OpenAI pushed GPT-5 with numbers in the same neighborhood. The leaderboards lit up. Twitter celebrated. And every single engineering team I talked to in production ignored all of it. They ran their own vibe check instead. And they were right to do it. The villain here is not Anthropic. It is not OpenAI. The villain is the benchmark industrial complex. It is the ecosystem of researchers, marketing departments, and hype merchants who have collectively decided that a model's score on a curated, sanitized, static dataset is meaningful signal for whether that model will survive contact with your users. It is not. It never was. And the fact that we are still pretending otherwise in mid-2025 is an embarrassment. Let me give you 3 pieces of proof. First, latency under load. SWE-bench Verified measures whether a model can generate a correct patch for a GitHub issue. It does not measure whether that model can do it in under 2 seconds while handling 400 concurrent requests through your inference stack. I have seen teams swap to the highest scoring model on the leaderboard and watch their P99 latency blow past 8 seconds. Their users did not care about the benchmark. They cared that the app felt broken. The vibe check, running your actual traffic patterns against the model before you deploy, catches this in an hour. SWE-bench never will. Second, hallucination drift in retrieval-augmented generation. No major benchmark stress tests a model's behavior when it is grounded against a live, messy, contradictory knowledge base. Your RAG pipeline is not a clean academic dataset. It is a pile of internal docs, half of which contradict each other, fed through a chunking strategy you picked because a blog post said it was fine. When Claude 4 or GPT-5 hallucinates a policy number from your retrieval context, your benchmark score means nothing. The vibe check, having domain experts run 50 real queries and flag every wrong answer, catches this. A leaderboard position does not. Third, fine-tuning collapse. You take a model that scores 97 on SWE-bench, you fine-tune it on your proprietary codebase, and suddenly its general reasoning degrades in ways no public eval predicted. The weights shifted. The model forgot things. This is well-documented behavior called catastrophic forgetting, and not a single major benchmark measures post-fine-tuning robustness on your specific distribution. The vibe check does, because it is your distribution. If you are watching this and nodding because you have lived this nightmare, subscribe. The people building the leaderboards are not going to tell you this. We will. Now here is the counterargument, and it is the strongest one. Benchmarks provide standardization. Without them, every vendor can claim anything and nobody can compare. That is a fair point. I will give it exactly 2 sentences before I destroy it. Standardization matters when the standard measures what you care about. The moment your deployment involves custom system prompts, domain-specific fine-tuning, a RAG pipeline with your data, and latency requirements tied to your infrastructure, the standard measures someone else's reality, not yours. It is like choosing a car based on its 0 to 60 time when you need to haul lumber on dirt roads. The spec sheet is real. It is also irrelevant. So here is where we land. Claude 4 is impressive. GPT-5 is impressive. The engineering behind both of these models represents genuine breakthroughs in reasoning, tool use, and code generation. None of that is in question. What is in question is how you decide to trust them with your production traffic, your customers, your revenue. And if your answer is still a number on a leaderboard, instead of a structured, domain-specific, human-evaluated vibe check against your real-world use case, you are making a decision based on marketing material disguised as science. So tell me, are you still picking your production model based on a benchmark score, or have you already accepted that the vibe check is the only evaluation that matters?